Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. They finally announced officially the Overlord collaboration, so I'm absolutely pumped for this. Like, since I started watching the anime, I cannot wait for this one. I'm actually genuinely excited. Like, I'm so pumped to see what they do with the characters in the game. But anyway, due to this, I was talking with Linker a bit. Go check out Linker's YouTube channel. I'll leave it linked in the description. I did do an interview with him. He does some really nice interview formats. He's got one with Shazam as well. He's got one with White Sushi. So really good. Go check him out. But basically the reason I'm so pumped is because thanks to Panasonic as well for the data mining. We've got a base multiplier for Ainz's ult. And it looks nuts, and I just want to have a bit of a theory craft on this guy, because I think he's going to be insane. So we've already done a video talking about all the skills and that sort of stuff, but this is just going to be a bit of a nerd out because I feel like it today. So sorry guys, this video is for me just to talk smack because I'm just excited about something. So video may not be for everyone, but hey, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is have a quick look at his abilities, talk about his multipliers, and then look at all the things that are going to stack with this to make him an insane nuker. Keeping in mind this is still data mined information, so not confirmed, could change before it comes into the game. But I just got excited when I started hearing these numbers. So, Fallen Down, which is his ultimate ability, Ainz begins a chant which lasts for a few seconds, after which damage is dealt to all enemy targets. If his chant is interrupted, he will recover energy. Basically, with his furniture, or is it the signature item? This one. So the signature item, he's going to cast it instantly for the first 3 times. You don't even have to stress about that cast time. So that in itself is really cool. And the base multiplier on this thing is apparently 580. I believe that's with skill ups. I believe it's a 580 multiplier, which is huge, which is pretty big when you consider something like, and this is attacks all enemies, when you consider something like Sophia is a 660 multiplier at max, but it's a smaller range AoE. Makes this really strong, and obviously he doesn't have to cast it the first 3 times he uses it, which is huge. So that is the baseline. And then we look at his signature item. The ability level 30 signature item, the ability Fallen Down deals an extra 50% damage. So you times that by 1.5, and we're now at an 876 multiplier for that ability. Really nice. Now I know when we look at multipliers there's more things that go into it, so the next things we're going to look at is attack buffs. I'm just going to multiply it out just for the sake of this, just to compare it to Sophia and stuff like that, but I know it's more in depth than that, but it's just going to make him look insane. So moving on to the next bit that we have here is at the beginning of the battle, Ainz receives a shield equal to a percentage of his max health, which lasts for a few seconds. Now apparently, shout out to Panasonic again, I believe this is meant to be 6 seconds. While the shield exists, he's immune to enemy control abilities and continues to chant, gaining energy points and permanent attack. And defense. Don't worry about the defense because we're just here to nuke things. Don't even stress about it. Per second. Once the shield disappears, he ceases chanting. So basically, as long as it doesn't break, as long as you've got him protected for 6 seconds, he's going to chant and gain permanent attack. Now, I don't know how much attack this is going to be per second, and I don't know how much energy, because the energy thing's really nice. It means, like, because I was talking with Linker and he said maybe you'd put call on him to get him to ult faster. I'm thinking maybe you could use, I don't know, I'm still thinking conviction. Just to get that extra attack early, because you want his first ult to be big, whereas the blade isn't really going to get you enough of attack bonus before your first ult. And Eyes always decent, but I feel like conviction might be the one for him. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, you've got to account for the fact that however much attack this is granting, you can add that to him as well. Now the next thing, obviously he's going to be a dimensional, and same with Albedo. But the cool thing about Albedo is, if we look at this signature item, during battle, attack ratings of all dimensional heroes are increased by 25% for every dimensional hero that is on the allied formation. This effect can be stacked up to 3 times. So if you have 3 dimensionals, being these 2 units and an Arthur, let's say, you're going to get 75% attack. So doing a little 75% attack on top of that 876 multiplier we were at, and I know once again this isn't exactly how it works, but I'm just having fun here. It gives you up to a 1533, which is pretty high. That is actually incredibly high. So all these things stacked together just make him an absolute savage. And like I said, I'm super keen to see how much energy he gains at the start, because I'm also considering the idea that you could put this guy with, like, I don't know, put him back middle, have Arthur and Rowan in the front row, and then have Albedo and a Rosaline in there. Now, if you put Rosaline on Jura's Call and she can generate energy faster than him, keeping in mind that Rosaline, when she uses her ultimate, it increases that ally's attack by 60% for 4 seconds. So if you get Rosaline to buff him and then he ults, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge. So that's what I'm pumped about. Plus, you've also got the effect of Rosaline's signature item, where as she's following an ally, she gives them 30% of her own attack. And I know this Rosaline stuff applies to everyone, so it's not really groundbreaking, but I'm just trying to stack on as many things as I can, because I'm pumped. I think this is going to be absolutely epic. So when we go off that baseline of the 1533 multiplier, once again, no, it's not exactly how it calculates out. Now what I want to do is I want to jump over and look at, I want to go here and look at this was the Rosaline one that I was talking about. So if we look at her signature item, attack and defense rating raised by 30% of Rosaline's own values. Really nice. Plus raises allies crit rating and dodge by 25% of her own. So you're going to be getting some extra crit. Also keeping in mind that, and this was the buff from Rosaline from her ultimate, raises the attack rating of the ally being followed by 60%. And because he's a dimensional, you can get him up to 40 signature item. So it will be easy to actually bring him past the rest of your team in power levels. And plus, because he's dimensional, you just link him to your 5-star Rigby and you're solid. So man, I'm getting excited. So the other thing that I wanted to look at was, obviously, then we do have, if we go down here, the Arthur, and I'll do a little mock formation in a minute, but Arthur, when we look at his signature item, obviously we're going to be raising the crit rating for all allies standing behind him by 30%. Which is going to be solid as well. Also, the normal attack speed of Arthur is going to be really handy, because when we consider that Ainz is going to do his 3-part auto attack, where the first one's a basic attack, second one's AoE, and third one's is going to be preventing the enemy from using ultimates. Having him behind an Arthur is just going to be so much good synergy that I'm actually pumped for. So we'll have to see how that plays out as well. All this stuff is just getting me excited. I just can't wait to see how that is on him. Anyway, sorry for this video if anyone's not interested in this stuff, but hey, sometimes I gotta make one for me because I'm having fun. Anyway, let's go up to the other synergy that I was talking about. And then obviously if we have Rowan in the team, we do have the attack buff, but I think that would come later. We'd have to wait and see. But what was I looking at? Sophia. So this is what I wanted to compare to, because everyone knows that Sophia's ult just deletes things at the moment. She's an absolute savage. And when we look at her, Sophia, we've got a maximum orb damage raised to 660%, like I said earlier. Now, with Sophia, you have the other things combined, which is her signature item, which is going to bring her up to 1.4 times that. Increases the attack rating. Once again, I know it's not how it happens, but hey, we're just going to multiply it for the sake of fun, because, you know, I can't be bothered with real detailed math into the calculations of everything. So that is me being lazy in the video that I'm making for me for have fun. So sorry once again. Anyway, so 1.4 times that is going to give us the 660 times 1.4 equals the 925. Then we also do have the pyramid, increasing attack by 16%, so that 1071, that 925 times 1.16 is going to give us the 1071. So that is where she stands in my calculations. Keep in mind, my calculations suck, but the 1071 for her, whereas Ainz ends up at a 1533, so 50% more on that multiplier. If anyone wants to do the actual math on how it would actually multiply out based on the calculations of the game, got to incorporate defense and all that stuff, which is why I couldn't be bothered. But hey, basically what I'm trying to say is he's gonna stack higher than the Sophia. But the other thing that really makes me excited is if I go back down here and we get rid of that, we can have a look at this. So that's going to make him super powerful. Keeping in mind, if you do have an Arthur and an Albedo in the team, you're going to be getting that extra attack, but you're also going to be getting the tanky stats. You're going to get the extra defense rating from all this. So I cannot wait to use both of these together. But that's going to make basically gonna make Arthur an absolute savage. He does have counters, obviously. You can put an Eon, Nara, anything like that that's gonna drag someone from behind him out, and he's not gonna work as well. But that is gonna be insane. But the other cool thing, which is gonna be that Albedo, when we look here, when she is it this one? Yeah, this one. So even if your win condition of Ainz is destroyed, he gets beaten somehow and doesn't get an ult off to delete everyone, you're gonna have this. Albedo enters a rage which lasts for 14 seconds whenever Ainz dies or whenever the first ally. And keeping in mind, we can have Ainz still alive, have another ally die, and we can deal truckloads. You have Rowan in that front, he dies, she's gonna go nuts. During the enraged state, she's immune to all damage and control effects, and 350% of her defense rating is converted into her attack rating. Now, the thing about this is that makes it huge is she gets the extra defense from the signature item, from having this thing that can stack up to 3 times at a 45% base. So you're getting that extra defense, which is not only giving her defense, but it's also converted into attack. She's immune to damage and control. She's going to go ham. So I'm absolutely pumped to see what these two can do. I feel like it's going to be a shifting meta, because this just seems too powerful. And once again, I pray that they will make this available to free-to-play. They've said they will. I hope free-to-play do not have to choose between the two, because that would break my heart. Free-to-play, I really do hope can get both of them, because I don't know how you'd make a choice. I would probably actually go, even though I'm pumped about Ainz, I'd probably go Albedo just because she has the synergy with all the other dimensionals and she would go forward. But I'm still holding up pretty strong hope that free-to-play will be able to obtain them both. I don't care the cost it's going to get me on my free-to-play account. I will pay anything. I will sacrifice Labyrinth points for the rest of the year to be able to do this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I was just pumped about that. Wanted to talk through it. Just because we all know how hard Sophia hits. Like, she drops that bomb, stuff is dead, and we're going to get a bigger mult than that. And it's going to be exciting. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.